something. Since you held a baby and I wrecked the bedroom. Said it was dangerous on a Sunday, and I know you love me. He thinks I just became famous and that's all mess you up. That's sad. How could I possibly know what I want when I was only 21? There's millions of people offer advice and say how I should be. And there's twisted and they will never be. Any influence on me, don't you always be. You always be. I treated you mean, but really didn't think to. Oh, it isn't how it tragedy changed you. See plenty of clothes that I like, but I won't go anywhere nice for a while. All I want to do is just sit here and write it all down and rest for a while. I bet to be in another city, one where you are not. I would return to nothing without you, if I'm your girlfriend or not. Maybe I was mean, but I really don't think so. If you ask, I'm scared and I said so. You like this song, Ma? Everyone can see what's going on. They laugh because they know they're untouchable, not because what I said was wrong. Wherever I'm being, I will live my own policies. I will sleep with a clear conscience. I will sleep in peace. Maybe it sounds mean, but I really don't think so. You asked for the truth and I told you through their own words. They will be exposed. They've got a gathered case of the emperor's new clothes. Woo! You like that song, Ma? Here, drink some water. Emperor's new clothes. I've listened to this song since 1990 when it came out. That's Sinead O'Connor. Anybody know who Sinead O'Connor is? I was so happy that day she freaking tore up the freaking the picture of the dope. Marge, you have a good day. I'm going to do a little talk with some people on the internet about how I feel about things. I hope people are having a good day. I hope they are. Where they live. It was a pretty day where I lived. I walked to the post office today. Yeah, I got all kinds of fresh air. People are crazy. I record when I walk, so if I end up dead in the gutter, at least they'll know who did it. Tell Mom I love her. I tried real hard, but people are just crazy and so self-serving. I call it, they got the zoomies. Woo! That's what they do to feel like men. They race, and women drive it too. I drive a big vehicle, a big car, because I like to feel not to be safe in the snow and stuff like that. And people like to play bumper cars around here. And so, okay, let's play bumper cars, and then I won't be sad if it gets totaled because it's a 30-year-old car.
Wow.
You know? And they make 30-year-old cars are a lot more sturdy than the junk that they made now. Now, new is trash. I see people that buy new cars, anything like, I don't know, like I said, I drive a 93, so anything newer than that is new. I don't have a computer in my car, nothing like that. So, I had a pretty good day. I messaged an old Air Force buddy today. And he wasn't just an Air Force buddy. See, because I had to go to college, because that's what this program told me I needed to do. But I know I needed to do extra because Mom one day I was going to end up taking care of her. The doctor told me that the night that they said call whoever you need to call because she's probably not going to make it through the night. And the only person I could call was my brother, and his phone was off, and the phone where he was off the hook. And I didn't want to get yelled at, so I couldn't call any of his friends. So that was a long night. I was 15. They said, say whatever you got to say to her, because she's probably going to die. Okay. Just put on that little brave face. Okay. But she's still here. She's happy. She's going to be 75. Oh, Ma. Fuck them. You're going to be 75 this month. We're celebrating all month. For Mom. Oh, no, my stand is collapsing. So, I couldn't get into important people jobs like other people because I don't think like other people. So, my brother said, well, you should probably just join the military and go to college and then start piling up that 401k nonsense stuff, right? And so I screwed around a lot. I drank a lot. I played a lot. I partied a lot. Because I didn't have a lot of freedom when I was a little kid. So by the time I got to a place where I could be free, I just was doing whatever. Like, I was eating cereal for Saturday morning. So, I was also drinking beer. I was putting beer in my cereal. Like, I was like, whatever. If I wanted to do it, I was going to do it because I never got to do anything I wanted to do. And so, but I also, Mom also made it clear that whatever you do, you're on your own. So if you end up arrested, I'm not bailing you out. I'm Gen X. She only bailed out her boyfriends. And so, school was hard for me. Everything was hard for me. I struggled because I was like, why do I have to do this? It's so stupid because next year they're just going to tell people something different that they got to do. Because I noticed everything and it was so hard. And so, ultimately I ended up freaking getting my shit together and going into the military, and that was back in 2000, and I was on a time crunch. I only had 4 years to get 2 degrees so I could get a good job because I had to take care of my mom, and I didn't want to re-enlist. And then I did it, and then they fucking had me be a part of this bullshit. And I was like, fuck, man. Fuck, I didn't want to be a part of this bullshit. Because I was, when 9/11 happened, and I was where George Bush came in, and I gave him the bird that day, and then they made me go to Crete to be a part of bombing Iraq, and real people died, and just bullshit. And so I had things to do, and I was working on 2 degrees at the same time. And I was always hung up on math. Math always sucked. I hate numbers. Like, I'm the one that, I come up with the right answer, but I always have the wrong way, the wrong process. And my brother is one of those math geniuses. And I don't get it, and he do, and I would meet with my buddy, and we would meet on Saturdays because we would take the same algebra class together. And he was He outranked me. I was nobody in the Air Force. I'm always nobody. I'm nobody. But I got to hang out with really cool, important people, and he was one of them. And so we would meet on Saturdays, and we would take Saturday classes for math, and I would do everything I can to do extra credit because I get test anxiety and my head empties. Like the numbers just fly around and dance and do pretty things, and they don't land on the paper in the right order, and then I can't pass to do what I need to do to take care of Mom. And so I was always under so much pressure because I only had a short. Because I was let me tell you, the last day of my enlistment was November 28, 2006. His Mom's 56th birthday. I took my last class with Dr. Ed Rahat from Bellevue University, the Signature Series, October 19th. That's how close it was. Nobody cares. Like, you know? And so he did important things. My buddy did. And he, like, worked for the E4. He flew all over to, you know, protect things and stuff like that. I guess back when things were more secure, safe, I don't know, whatever. It's all subjective as far as I'm concerned, right? Right, Mom? And so I sent him a message today. I haven't checked in with him in years. Because I just about been out here trying to survive, you know, because I'm the airman that got left behind. Because if you don't play the game, you don't, and I don't play the game, and, you know, anyway. So, I sent him a message this morning, and I was like, hey, if needed, it's not, could I still use a witness of my character? Hope you guys use guys are good. And I say, this bitch ever come across your FIP? And I sent him the video of me meeting Deputy Doofus of Taos County. Right? I said, for all the heater duct, because they used to always break, that's the whole racket, is you have the little shit stains on the fabric of society. They go one of two ways. Either they go the criminal way on the street, or they go the bureaucratic way, which is still the criminal way, but they just wear badges. There's still gangs. Like, gangs on both sides of the bed. I don't know. I don't leave the house because I don't know who the bad guys are. And all these fucking this little dude with the inferiority complex running around with their guns and shit like that. Wow. And they're mad at their mom and stuff. And I might look like their mom. Therefore, stay the fuck away from me. Right? And then my buddies, this is what he said. He said, absolutely, your character is without question, above reproach. Keep smiling, Margie. That's how I got to start my day. And then I thought I'd be slick and walk down to the post office to have mail. I was sending some stuff to a friend of mine. And the car's being kind of funny, and we are in Mercury retrograde, and I do have an appointment. It's just several weeks out from now. Right? So I decided just to walk down to the post office. So I did. It's about a mile. I have bad feet, so I'm really happy that I was able to do that. And then I had a package that was probably, it was three times the size of the box that I carried down. And I just laughed. I was like, she's like, do you want me to hold on to it? I said, no. I said, let's see if I still got it. If I can carry this box. I got this pan. This is what was in the box, Mom. This is what I got. This is what was in the box. It's super heavy, too. It's super heavy. So I got this. I got this. I got this because I'm making candy now. And this will be better to make my caramels. And then I made gummies yesterday for the first time. I think that plate just broke. I can't ever get it. I used to just like have special plates and cups and things like that, and they break all the time. And then every time they break, my heart would break. So now it's love with detached with love or whatever. Blah blah blah. Okay, so then I walked up to the trading post. Check this shit out, Ma. I don't even think I showed you. I don't think I showed you this, Ma, the picture of the burger. Mom had a good look at this burger. Look at that. You see that? I gorged stuffed my face. That's at the trading post here up on the corner. It was a Swiss mushroom burger, and I was talking to a friend on my phone. I love food that is so good that it moves me. Whoa, opens up my body. Like, I used to get that on a regular basis when I lived in Omaha. We need to move closer to a place that has better restaurants, Ma, that's for sure. I mean, I make good food, but sometimes it's nice to get good food. And that's good food, but it's like inconsistent. It's maybe this, maybe that. They used to make spaghetti that I loved. They had it all the time, and then it was only a Tuesday thing, and now it's a nothing. So you just can't get attached to stuff. So then I walked up there with my little box. So it was late day. It was cab day for Marge. And then I called a friend of mine to have lunch with. Because Mom, we don't have a phone, and Mom don't answer the phone no more. This is like I used to call Mom and take Mom on adventures with me. I called Mom from one time I was on Good Morning America on the Today Show. The camera went right past me, and I called Mom. It was 4:30 for her. I said, Mom, wake up. I'm going to be on the Today Show. It went right past me. I was like, hi, Mom. And she saw it. She saw it. That was cool. So I've been taking Mom along. So Mom likes to sleep in now. Or she was still sleeping today. So I went and did this. I called a friend of mine here, or her the tales of her, the life in her circles. I was talking to her about how we get stuck in other people's patterns. That's why I don't want to hang out with nobody. So I don't want to get stuck. Patterns drive me crazy. Anyway, what people do with their free will is so peculiar, so wild, so weird. So I had a great lunch, a wonderful garden salad too. The garden salad was so good. Not as good. I was gonna say just as good, but that's a lie. It was not that burger like woohoo. It hit the firmament. And then made my way home, and then realized that I was real thirsty and I needed to drink water, and I only had one of those Jarritos. Though I had a mango one, and as good as it was, like, I'm 7,6969 feet in the air, and I didn't properly. I drank water before I left, but I didn't want to carry water with me. So I washed my backpack. Now I can just throw stuff in my backpack. This backpack has been inactive for like 7 years, but this backpack has been with me everywhere. No, I used it a lot in Oregon. It was my go-to, so I just washed it. So, timeline flip, huh, Mom? Right. So I called today's talk for the healers. So for the healing. So here's a question for all the people that have healed. To what ends? What happens once you're healed? Do you just get to travel around and have a good time chasing sensations? Is that what happens when you healed? Or do you because I don't have Earth in my chart. Like, my path is to, like, contradict all that nonsense. Like, people shut themselves up. I can't feel comfortable unless Mom's comfortable. And Mom don't even tell me, like, what she needs to make her comfortable. I just know what she needs. And I know what anybody I've had, like, first of all, if people need to dry out, that's for sure. They need to not with the booze and the drugs and all that stuff. Flour is the only thing that I do. It's candy. That's it. And I just want everybody to feel good, because people could feel good. People feel better on my candy and my cookies, the medicine that I make, because I put my hoyokaness in it. And the caramels that I did yesterday, I put my headphone on them, and I used my frequency app, and I put the healing frequency of 111 from BZ-Tronics. According to them, the healing frequency for pain is 111 hertz, and I put my headphones, the vibrational frequency, into the elixir, the infused MCT oil, for 30 minutes. I did 20 and then I did 10. Because we're in Mercury retrograde, so things are iffy, but so it helped my pain. And I just took one like an hour ago because my feet hurt. But see, I like those too because there's like less sugar. I would love to be no sugar. I'm not going to be a no sugar person, I don't think. I can't. Like some is okay, but everything's in moderation, right? I can't be a no sugar kid, so I don't want to deprive myself of it. I should make a cup of coffee, huh, Mom? So to what end? So when people get all nice and healed, see, because this has been my experience. I still hurt. I hurt every day. I'm one of those chronic pain havers. I'm one of those people that constantly just everything hurts. I wake up, everything hurts. So I have to do things purposefully, like walk to the post office, so that I stay active, so my body don't fall apart. Because that's when your body falls apart, when you sit at idle. And then I go to the post office and I'm getting videos, and like dudes are racing past me, tiny dudes in their big stupid trucks. They're racing past me. Speed limit is literally 15 miles an hour on the road, and they're like going 35, 40. And I'm just like, what are these people racing off to do? Are they racing off to save Taos, to make it the best little fucking town in the world? No, they're people race off to do nothing. And they put other people in harm's way. But you can't talk about it because that makes you an asshole if you talk about how unsafe other people are. It's so weird. I will never understand this planet. For shit's sake. So I made it to the post office, and I'm like, man, because I'm like, there is an obnoxious amount of people with lifted cars. I'm one of them, but I'm not driving like them. Like, I do whatever I can to avoid these people. There's all these little Pisces, Virgos, and Cancerian men racing around because they all got something to prove, because they're all little and they all got to overcompensate. I've seen it my whole life. I used to do it. I used to act like that back in my military days. Try me. Now I'm like, dude, all that stuff is so machismo. I was the machismo. That's how I can see the machismo in them. Because I acted just like them. Nah. So I've gone through all this pain and suffering and all this shit, and all I want to do is do whatever I can for fun and free to help people feel better, because when you feel better, then you're not being an asshole, is what the idea is, right? You do drugs and alcohol, makes you feel better, and then people do that, and then then they weird behaviors, and then they do stuff they can never justify, and then you gotta live with people that you can't look in the eye and all this all these storylines that have perpetuated across America, to the point that we are a third world country. We absolutely are. We're totally on that trajectory. And I've seen it for 7 years, and it could have been different if people just used their free will to like go out and pick up more trash. I see more people doing it now, but like supposedly there's 7 billion people on the planet, and I'm like, really? How come not one of them? I'm carrying this big old box, right? I'm a 51-year-old woman carrying a box, surrounded by these big people with huge trucks, passing me, racing off, right? And I'm like, what good fucking are they? They can't even stop to ask me if I can get if they want to give me a ride with my little box. Like, who fucking cares? Like, everybody's so self-serving, they're of no use to anybody else, and people that are like that are of no use to me. Because me and Mom, we're just gonna run off and find our own little spinster cabin in the woods. I'm gonna make dog beds and pet furniture, like cat trees with bookshelves and, you know, nooks, and we're gonna just categorize the shit. We're gonna make a place where I don't gotta go, and maybe some people are cool, they can come visit, but no infiltrators, no honey pots for Marge. I can't be swayed. I used to be able to be, but I can't anymore. Anyway, so all I want to do, you know, and I have no desire to go to Sedona. These people come across my FYP, and I just want to go, why? I don't want to see this. I don't want to see it, but I'll give it a shot. I'll be like, maybe this is the golden speaker, you know, and people will say things, and I'll be like, yeah, that's cool, you know, but like, if you want to know how good any community is, talk to the homeless community. Then you see how the police are. Then you see how, you know, the system is, who benefits from it, all that shit. A community is only as good as it treats. You want to know why people do drugs and alcohol? Because they lost everything, because they couldn't afford it. Because I was almost crossed out of planet Earth, and then Earth Angels came in and saved me. Made it possible for me and Mom to live real comfortable. As long as I swipe that card and I can do what I want. That's all that I care about. And what I want to do is just not very extravagant. I made content. I made a TikTok about my walk today. It was nice. It was pretty. I was like, this is what people do. Because, like, I did one shot where I didn't want to carry, I put the box down. And so I took a picture of the box, and then like walked across the street, and it was a pretty tree-lined shot. And then I walked across the street, and then it hit stop, and then I was like, oh, this is what because I'm always picturing when these content creators are doing this stuff, like they gotta leave their camera. I don't do all time lapse and stuff. I gotta get home, you know. Because I gotta get Mom up. Her gravy and biscuits and then I was walking up the road with her breakfast, and then I saw a puff of smoke down by where we live, and then of course, you know, all these scenarios go racing through my head, so I'm picking up my step, you know, and of course not one single, and I have my Air Force jacket on. I had my coat on when it says U.S. Air Force on it. Well, it says Force, and then I scratched out the O and put an A in there. And then, and nobody, so it's like, that's why it ain't gonna be Taos. Taos has this stupid little saying about, don't let Taos change you, don't try and change Taos, let Taos change you. And every time I see it, I gotta give it the fucking finger, because I'm like, no, I know how to read. No, no, I'm not lazy. No, I don't have generational freaking trash garbage of people throwing away their babies because they're born with their deformed feet like they did a Mom. We came here so her family could meet her and make it right for throwing her away. and nobody wanted to. So we're gonna move on down the road and find some place else to be. Because fucking, it is ridiculous. Maybe I'll just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go set up my iPad someplace, and I'm just gonna hit live and on the main street, just so people can watch, just so people can see. I went to yesterday, the car started acting funny, so I stopped by the mechanic shop, and I was there 7 minutes, 8 minutes, and just hearing the people, like, that is a direct reflection on how people are feeling internally. Like, that's why if the propensity for war is going to happen, because people are we go to war because men are at conflict with themselves. That's why we go to war. That's why we drop bombs. That's why, like, I had to stop back when I was in the Air Force watching the pony show, because that's all it is. It's to evoke emotion. It's to get people to get mad. They're gonna get mad, but they don't ever get mad to do anything. They get mad and they eat. They get mad, they drink. So then the alcohol lobbyists don't have to work as hard. And because that was the case, that's cool, but then they said, okay, let them have their weed. So let them have it, right? So they let them have their weed, let us have the weed so we chill out, and then people stop drinking. Now the lobbyists have to actually work harder. They're just salesmen. That's all they are. They're salesmen for America. Like, this country sold its soul. I didn't know when it had it, because see, half of me is native. My mom, half of me is native, but my dad half, he's the colonist. He's the lizard blood. But he's not. He's brown. Like, my brother and my dad get so dark. The Freemasons, like, they get so dark. When my dad used to be a golfer, I don't think much of golfers. It, like, you have that much money and time to waste. He was an absentee dad, and then I'd call him. This is early in my sobriety, and he would be telling me about how, he was on the golf course. It was like 3 times a week, and it was all over. And he was one of those that he would travel all over. He never saved any of his money, never came to see his kid, nothing like that. But he'd golf all the time. And I'm like, and when I was a kid in high school, I was in like remedial PE, because I always had bad ankles, and I fell 25 feet, and my foot landed at a 45-degree angle. And like I got mom's bad feet. Mom has bad feet. I get her bad feet. So it's just our karma. So the PE teacher that taught the remedial, we got to do cool shit though. Like, I never had to run, and we got to do shit like shuffleboard. Like, that shit's so fun to me. I'm good at it too. Any of that, like, stuff, that finesse, you gotta have the right. Anyway, but we play wiffle ball golf, and see, I'm ambidextrous, which means is I just screw around, and I would just try this way. Ooh, I can hit like that. Okay, cool. That part of my brain's activated. And then I tried the same thing in baseball. Okay, I can hit it like that. Okay, that's cool. It's the same body motion. It's just mirrored. And then I thought, I'm ambidextrous because I like to dance too. But dance is just a form of self-defense, as far as I'm concerned. Because it's just all fun and games, right? Until somebody makes it personal. Like, no, you're not trying to hurt me right now, are you? Because if you're trying to hurt me, that means I'd have to try and hurt you. And I don't like hurting people. I've been having to defend myself against fucking nasty dudes my whole life. So I got good at defending myself. Because mom was super pretty. So I used to have to fight off men for her. I've had to, protect myself from sheriff and police and whatever fucking, whoever wants to put me in my place that day, whatever. These are the systems in which I speak on. So when I talk to the healing people, like all the Sedonaites, they would never do what I do. See, I'm trying to get the bourbon tight. I want to make shelves and like a pull-out shelf so I can have my coffee set up, because that's going to be my contribution, is freaking bringing people. I don't know where I would do it, because they gather where they gather in the morning. I could just sit on the bench right there on the corner with them, and because I got this and I got little stoves. Just bring a sleeve of coffee, and then I got my coffee percolator, old-timey cowboy-like style. Because all people want is just a good warm cup of coffee sometimes. Like, you don't need nothing else, at least till 10 o'clock sometimes. Everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves a place to take a shower. Everybody deserves a place to be warm. Everybody deserves... And all these healers are sitting in their studios talking about how important they are because of all the important people they talk about. Like, how many of them walk around their community and give stickers away? And talk about how straight people like rainbows too, and how I'm autistic, and I came up with this when I was 9. And it's also very tactile. It's like a guitar, because it's embroidered. I have so much vision. I just want to share it with people for fun and for free. And I'm trying to communicate with all these influential people, right? But they're so important they don't even see me because I'm nobody. It's just so funny. I try. And I'm not going to interview, like, oh, come on our show, participate, we'll see if you're cool enough for me to talk to you. Dude, I've seen the people that are on your show. I don't think I'm cool enough to talk to you. Or maybe he's not cool enough to talk to me. Come on. Right? You had your chance, window opportunity closed. Moving on, next, we got more important things to do. Ma, you're so darn cute. I bit my lip and I keep biting it, and then I have this big old zit. I haven't had a zit. I don't know, I guess it would be on a video. Last time I had a zit. I don't get zits a lot. It's all that good, clean living, huh, Mom? Yeah. Are you getting hungry or anything? No? Yes? You like the breeze? I need a drink of water. I'll be right back. So me and Mom, maybe it'll be like I still get emails back in like 2012. My brother's like, all you gotta do is put her stuff. He had turned a long time ago. We were always just like little toys to him. But I said, all you gotta do is put her stuff out on the road, on the street, and then change the locks, and then you never have to worry about her ever again. If she dies on the streets, it's. And I was like, dude, Mom would really, she wouldn't know where to go, she would have died on the street with her head injury. Like, I don't know. God's always taken pretty good care of her, huh? Yeah, He's always made it possible. But why would I contribute to making it hard for her? That don't make sense to me. So, like, whatever. So, I looked up places, like, okay, well, where else can she go? If we can't live together and we can't get over our crap, then where else can she go? And so I started looking into places, and like there are places like a place for mom and stuff like that. And I just could never imagine and picture mom in any of those places. They're terrible. 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 That's not, it's just like, anyway. So, that's when I locked down and dialed in and really committed to being her caregiver. Because I'm like, all right, it's just going to be you and me then, because I can't put you in any of these places. There's no place that's cool enough. And then the world happened. So we just have been bouncing around, dipping and doing out of, you know, trying to stay out of the world. Just trying to just be happy and comfortable and safe and be able to love on our critters and stuff until their last breath and go on and do that next thing we're called to do. And so that's why a safe, secure place has always been of great significance to us, because we've always had, it hasn't always been like that. We've always had a lot of housing insecurity. I had housing insecurity when I owned my house in Omaha when I was in the military, but aside from that, I was couch surfing for a lot of years, and which basically means I didn't have a place to live. People just let me sleep on their couch sometimes. I knew a lot of people, so I got to travel around. And I didn't want to be that drained. I didn't want to go, and so I wanted to do something more. That's also why I enlisted too. And so, I want to make a community, a place for people, women to come, where I could teach them how to work on their cars, and I can help them get like the maintenance manuals that they need, and show them like, okay, this is where you need to look, like educate people on how to take care of their own shit. Because if I would have been able to have that opportunity at a younger age, I wouldn't have had to go the direction and be a part of the things I had to be a part of to learn the things. But like my experience is like what I can do. Like, I send people my resume, and they don't even know how to respond, just because of the vastness of the things that I can do. And not even just technical things. I'm a very humane person, because I gotta learn how to be all nice and soft and sweet. Because I gotta put my head in a mind space of what it's like to be a 75-year-old woman when I've never been a 75-year-old woman. But that's what I gotta do to take care of mom. So I gotta go real slow. But I'm slow too. So we walk together arm in arm. I'm like, Mom. I said, you're Zig and I'm Zag. And then or I'll say, Mom, you're Teeter and I'm Totter. Because it's so cute. Mom, we're just a couple little old ladies trying to get through life, right? And people are just freaking jerky. They're jerky, man. People are so jerky. They feel so bad about themselves on so many levels. I don't want to watch them do that. I am going to take my iPad out and do a live, though. I am, on a main street. And so people can watch how stupid people drive. I'll just sit there with my coffee and just be like, watch later on how dumb you are. Because there's always crash 'em ups and stuff. It's not cool to put other people's lives in harm's way. Huh, Mom? So I'm curious about all these healers, like to the ends. Like, what is the end? Like, what happens when you heal? What do you do then? Because I just want other people to feel better. So they stop. They stop perpetuating the hurt. Because, you know, they hurt people. Hurt people is what they say or something. World's a weird place. I'm glad we don't have to be a part of it no more, Ma. We don't gotta be a part of that dumb old stupid world. Yeah? We're gonna go off and make our own community where they can cook cook a rad meal. We can all have like banquet style restaurant meals every day. You know, fire up the grill. There's always a pot of coffee on because the best ideas just come from people sitting around drinking a cup of coffee. I used to drink coffee at Denny's back in the 80s or Harry's when I was 15, all till midnight, smoking cigarettes, just talking about all the things, you know. And then I've done a lot of the things I talked about doing. And then more than I care to even. And then you can do laundry, and then so it'll have laundry, showers, facilities, maintenance facilities, kitchen facilities, animal rescue, gardens, farm to table goodness, and it'll be a good time that people can have. But okay, that's it. I'm done. That's what I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.